I'm Peter Menkes, President of Menkes Development's Commercial Industrial Division. We've been in business for 50 years. We're a Toronto-centric developer specializing in office, retail, high-rise residential, low-rise residential, and third-party property management. Operating a parking lot.
Where?
Right here where we're sitting.
In North York.
Taught me how to have a thick skin when you're the first line of defense at the front door. Probably surviving the depression of the 1990s. 151 Front Street, the telco building, we had under contract in 2001. The tech boom bust, and we didn't go forward with the deal.
So you'd like to have that building back today?
Absolutely. Would have liked to have sold it today. Always a bull. There's great opportunities out there wherever you look. I think the tenant rep has become more tied into working with the developer opposed to one side versus the other. So I think the synergies that you can work together with that group, it makes it much more healthy for everybody to get a deal done. Yes, from lead AP titles to all the different property management certificates that people should have, because in today's environment, real estate has really evolved into a corporate professional business run by managers that report to pension funds, and the accountability is a lot greater than it used to be 20, 30 years ago. I think it's just an evolution that goes on throughout cycles in the industry, that change is always going to occur. I'd say to get out there, to know as many people as possible, because it is a relationship business. It's all part of intensification with the whole Greenbelt policy, that if you look at the number of new homes that are built, say 2010, they're much less than was built in 2002, 2007. It's just that with intensification, you're seeing more vertical development rather than horizontal development. So the actual quantum is below our peak. I would say the intensification we're seeing in the city is bringing a lot of young people, a lot of life back into the city. So the exodus that we saw through the 80s and 90s of companies going to the suburb has slowed down, and now companies are not looking to necessarily move out of the city. They want to be in the core, maybe the south core, and be able to attract the employees and the people that live downtown to work downtown, because that's where they want to be. I definitely think we're closer to a balance. There was such a shift that went out of everybody vacating the downtown core in the 80s, not everybody, but a lot of people vacating the downtown core in the 80s, that now we're in a much healthier environment. For office leasing, it's definitely the new generation of people that want to be downtown. It doesn't have to be a King and Bay, but it has to be within the confines of kilometer east or west of Yonge Street, close to the waterfront, and that's where the action and lifestyle is. As far as big box has grown exponentially, and now if people want big box, they have to go far. They have to go to Milton, or they have to go to Bolton, so it's a fact of life, and we haven't seen. I would think eventually you would start to see some redevelopment intensification for that, but we haven't seen it yet. For office, downtown, we're working on a project. We would probably have lower pre-leasing requirements today because of the demand. So I wouldn't say 100% spec, but definitely speccing a significant amount of space, more so than the 50 to 60% pre-leasing. As far as industrial goes, I think people that have land and have good occupancy numbers will potentially spec a building in the next year or two. I hope not, but our dollar has maintained itself at a fairly strong level, which isn't as attractive as it used to be, but people are so hungry for yield, getting 0.5 to 1% on their investments. As long as there's good, strong income with term on it, I think we will continue to be strong for the next couple of years. 3 to 4 years. I'd like to say it was a correction, but it was a depression. But I think it made people people that grew up through that era to be more conservative from the standpoint of how they raise capital. The partnerships they bring forward. We have partnered with a lot of different pension funds and run our business in a way where we can
edit that up.
Create these partnerships where we can minimize our downside share market knowledge together and makes everybody healthier and more successful. If you asked me 5 years ago, I would say no. I think with the openings of the major galleries such as the AGO and the ROM and doing cultural things such as that within the city, improving our waterfront, we're getting much closer to being a world-class city, so we're on the precipice. The first comment they have when they come in is they ask what year it is because they see all the cranes in the sky. So from that point, we talk about we talk about Toronto being the center of Canada from the financial services business, so very stable. Immigration that comes in, we have a lot of growth every year into Toronto, into the GTA as a whole. The educated workforce is very strong, and the quality of life that this being one of the fourth largest city in North America definitely falls within the strength that New York, Washington have been experienced through the downturn. Il Molino on Eglinton, no. The CNE. Vacation spot would definitely be the top of a ski mountain, but as the city goes, New York City has everything to offer. Being a family business, I was trained by my father who started the business 55 years ago. Definitely a motivator from the standpoint of being a hands-off person to let you go and try and succeed on your own without having a lot of pressure on you, which served me extremely well. Open door policy, team approach, and allow people to take risks. Property management is a big part of our business. We manage about 6 or 7 million square feet of office and industrial and retail space. The office sector is very professional management. We've built a tremendous infrastructure of people. So as we've managed our own buildings, we've been actually asked to run other buildings for some of our partners that we hadn't developed. So we then grew that to expand to go after third-party management business, which we've done successfully. So it's all about the people having a great team. It is a very sophisticated business today with a lot of risk measures and reporting that our partners require, and it's made us, I believe, a much better run company. I think because our name is on the door, they know us. They know there's always someone that you can call that name isn't going to change. And our responsiveness is something we've prided ourselves along with the brokerage community, with all our partners, that they can call us anytime, anywhere, any day. No. Historically low rates that people had, interest rates that people hadn't seen for 50 years. And people would have wished that they would have locked up money for 30 to 50 years at these rates. Absolutely. I know Lauren. I've spent time with Lauren in his post-Cambridge days, and he's a fine gentleman. By the way, it's Menkes.